Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Ashlyn's Creative Crafts, and today we're going to be doing part 2 of the women's trifold wallet. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're pretty much going to need the same supplies as part 1, duct tape, ruler, X-Acto knife, scissors, ID, Velcro, and Ziploc. So we made this in the last video, and we made this panel in the last video, but we haven't done anything to attach it or secure it down. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make the Ziploc pouch and finish this up and put our expandables on. And then the next video we'll finish it all up. So what we're going to need today is you're going to take your Ziploc. I'm going to set my card panel aside, and you're going to cut your Ziploc. I'm just going to cut this off right here where it's sealed because you don't want it sealed together. And then we're going to measure it, and you just cut the baggie off so you just have the Ziploc sticky part. And if you have those easy open tab ones, I would even them up. So we're just going to measure this out at 7 inches and cut it, and if it's not exact, that's totally fine. We can trim it down and make measurements later, or fix it up later. So I'm going to do pattern on the outside and solid color on the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 pieces of 7-inch tape in my pattern color, or whatever color you want for the outside of the pouch. So I'm going to take my Ziploc and I'm going to peel it apart so I have the 2 of them. And I'm going to take one of my duct tape pieces and I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to turn it with a sticky facing up. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put my Ziploc where the ridgy part of it is facing up. And I'm going to just line this up with the top edge. Making sure not to cover up any of the Ziploc. Lining it up. So we have that ridge part there, and then we're just going to flip it over and fold over the rest of the sticky. And then you should have some sticky left at the bottom here. So we're just going to do that exact step with the other side. Going on the top and covering it up, making sure not to cover up the Ziploc part of it. Going pretty close to it, and then flipping it over and folding over the rest of the sticky, and there should be a little bit of sticky left on the bottom. So we want this to be 3 inches tall. So I'm gonna put it at the 6-inch mark, or the 3-inch mark, sorry. And then I'm just gonna build it so it's 3 inches tall. So I'm just basically making a duct tape sheet here. And we want it 3 inches long because that's how long it is. That's how long everything else is. So you gotta make sure it measures up. So you have that sticky there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. Oops. And I'm just going to do that. And cut that off. And then what I'm going to do is align these so they're touching. You don't want them overlapping, you just want them touching. And then I'm going to take my anti-color, which is brown, and put it right across the middle there. Connecting those 2, and then cut it off. And then I'm just going to go back and gonna go right along there under the Ziploc. And that piece is really bad and uneven, so I'm gonna come back with another piece and smooth that out. And I didn't go very high up on the Ziploc, so I'm gonna smooth that out. And you can use whatever you want to smooth it out. And go to this side. And then I'm gonna come to this side. And trim away anything extra sticky. So, and then I'm gonna use a card to just smooth this out here. And then after I do that, I'm just going to trim with my scissors any sticky that I see, because the X-Acto knife isn't going to be exactly perfect. And then all I have to do is you're just going to fold it right on that line there and zip the Ziploc. Zip on, then once you've got it, you're good. Take my pattern tape and just line it off the top edge here. Cut it in half and fold it over. So you want a 3-inch piece, cut it in half. And then half on, line up the edge, half on, half off. And flip it over and fold it over. And then I'm going to do one more piece of 3.5 inches because I want a rounded edge. You don't have to do this, it's optional. It just makes it look a little bit neater. Let's have that rounded edge. So we'll line it up at the bottom. Be sure not to let it touch right here. And then just unzip the Ziploc. And fold it over, giving it that nice, smooth, rounded look in the corner there. And if there's any little extra pieces that didn't get trimmed perfectly over there, fix that. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing to this side. So that's from there. And then the very last step to making the Ziploc pouch is to cut another 7-inch piece. And cut that in half. And you're going to save one of the halves for later. And you're going to use one of the halves now to cover up the sticky at the bottom, because you know there is sticky that goes at the bottom. And you'll just cut that up with that piece right there. And you have a very nice, lovely, no sticky at the bottom Ziploc pouch. It zips up. And now the next step is attaching these two together. So what you want to do is you want these all going the same direction. So if I want it this way and this way, then I need to trim this side of it. So I'm going to use that other, that half strip that I just had saved for later. And I'm going to use it now. We're going to do the same thing we did in part 1, where we trim the pockets like so, keeping the pockets or catching the pockets to keep them down, and then you're just going to fold over any excess. And if you have any extra hanging at the bottom, just trim that away. So then it should be facing this way, and you'll attach it right here like so. So I'm going to set that back aside. We just need to attach these, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut a 7-inch piece and then a 6-inch piece. And the 7-inch piece I'm going to cut in half. So I have 2 strips 7 inches long, and I'm going to save one of them for later. And I'm going to use the other one right now. I'm going to go ahead and trim the other side of my pockets just to make it easier. Trims that part. Okay, and then I'm going to go in this direction. I'm going to take my 6-inch piece and I'm going to cut it in half so I have 2 3-inch pieces. I'm just going to line this up here. And you don't want to steal out of there. And what I'm going to do now is cut another 3-inch piece. You need 3 3-inch pieces. That's an homework. Now I'm going to cut that 3-inch piece in half and use it to cover sticky. Like so. So that's all nice and covered in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this side, except for this time half on, half off. Fold it over like so. So I'm going to take the sticky and I'm just going to wrap it around the back side and then place it on there so there's no sticky on the inside. And then I'm going to take my 3-inch piece and attach it this way and fold it over. And then you want to make sure you didn't tape down your pocket here so your pocket still comes up. And then it's attached and you still have that gap there. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just cut all of the slits in the pockets. Okay. And then once that is done, voila, you're going to need 2 expandable pouches, 2 expandable panel things. So these are expandables, and in this case it's going to be the same, it's just different measurements for each expandable. But all this is a 3-inch piece, and it's 1 piece of duct tape, and I cut it at 6 inches and folded it in half so it made a 3-inch piece, a double-sided 3-inch piece. And you'll need 2 of those. And then going to need your pattern tape again. And you're going to need a 3-inch piece. You're going to cut it into 4ths. Like so. And then you're just going to tape one side of the expandable, like here. So it's half on, half off. Trim the extra. So I'm going to take this and I am just going to, okay, let's do this. Put your sticky on the right side and take this with your pockets facing up and align it with the edge of the expandable so it's not on the sticky. And then you'll take the sticky and fold the sticky over. Like that, so the expandable looks like so. And then I'm going to turn it in this way so you can see the sticky that's showing. You see that little sticky line right there. You are just going to cover that up with this piece and trim any extra that's shown. And then that goes like there, and you're just going to take this, lift up and fold it to the edge. so. And then you're going to repeat that process to this side. So half on, half off strip. Trim off any extra. On that side. So this expandable is over here. Put the sticky on the right side. Pockets facing up. Line it with the edge of the expandable and then fold the sticky up. So. And then we'll flip it over. Like so, and cover the sticky that is showing. And then you're going to do the same process. You're going to lay it back and fold it over to the edge so you have that crease. And that is what you do for part 2. So for this, so far, what you have done is this part and this part with the Ziploc. And so on the next video, we'll do part 3, which will be finishing up the wallet. So thanks so much for watching and come back to see part 3. Bye.